Hello and welcome back to Factorio Space Exploration and Krastorio 2. So, we are just gonna get straight into this. That doesn't actually fit there. But it does fit here. Let's see here what we can do. I'm just gonna send it in there, yeah? I think this is going to be enough. Hopefully. This needs a lot of lithium. So lithium we take out here. And we probably should be putting this in here now. I did turn off the rail access to this. So far we don't have any items coming in here. Let's do this. And we'll take the lithium and just go straight in there. The gel is already sorted here, so that's fine. We're gonna need a ton of modules that I probably don't have at the moment. That's gonna go for most of these builds. Okay, so proton stream. You are gonna need iron stream, and you're gonna need 20k of that, and we established that this here. Oof. We established that this is enough. Particle stream. Maybe we do the particle stream first. So I think we're gonna need to make it here. So we're already like bleeding into the thing of the other, the science pack 1 area. We're gonna need 8k. And I'm assuming it will be very similar to this. Let's take this. Just place it here. And then we'll take that out. This will output the stream here. Which is going to be needed here. Okay. No, I don't want that. I wanted this. We'll do that. And probably just fit these together here. Now the question is, how much do you need in terms of sand and material testing packs to make the amount that we need? It's probably a decent chunk. This was 9k. This needs 8k, which is fine. And then we need to do some hypercooling here. Same with all of these, I think, yes. So you need 4,000. So we're going to need 2 of these to feed that one thing. Okay. And you need, oof, my friend. 10k is rough. And then this is another 4k. 10k is rough. That's gonna be 3 of these. Huh. How much is that? It's 500 per second. Okay, okay. But still. That's a ton. That is a ton. We do have some room here to build hypercooling. So if we would combine these, we'd need 14k. Which I feel is not impossible, really. That is not connected. I'm gonna remove this. Oh no, right. This is an actual mistake. This is what we need. Okay, we caught that early. We caught that early. I think this is ready. The only thing we need to go in here is the lithium, and that's prepared. So that's fine. Okay, let's go down and take a look at our particle stream. We need to go further. Particle stream. Here we go. We don't have enough modules to even take a look at this. Yikes. Well, let's send this. Energy beam is coming to Austria. I feel like we did prepare enough here. We'll see. Our storage is not great. But everything else is kind of nice. Could build a couple battery packs just for fun. So we are dipping kind of low already. I wonder if our max is... Yeah, it looks like our max is about 1.6 gigawatts-ish. Is it on Ogun we built a battery pack? Not really. Is it on Dracat? I think we, we did do something similar here. Can I just get a couple of these battery packs, please? Dude. Maybe 2 of them. That's gonna be 220 something accumulators. It's not that much. Just a couple of them in there. So we did get all these things here. And the bad news is this is not even remotely enough for our needs. We would need 6 of these, I think. 8.1k is 5. That's more than a full belt of sand, though. Question is, can we get this down to 4? This is 300 megawatts. Yeah, no. We ain't messing with that. Genuinely. So when we take this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's gonna be rough. We need 5 of these. Which is gonna be 16k of this. We need a whole section of this to fill this need. It's gonna be a whole section of this. And I'm gonna take this, and we're just gonna smack that down there. So then we need lithium to come in here somewhere as well. Then we need to somehow fit this in here. Which we will. Lithium already coming from this side, though. I think we'll do that. How much lithium does this need? Okay, it's not a lot. I'm gonna bank on the fact that we might get away with a belt. And that's gonna be that. I'm guessing it's yes amount of modules that we're missing to even get this running at the moment. Okay. I have a feeling we're gonna want to do this. And we'll drag that out here. Okay, let's see if we can get the cooling to fit in here somehow. We concluded you needed 4K. Somehow we did conclude that. And the output for the cooling, we kind of need it inside, which is not great, but I think we'll just put that here. And we'll be content with the fact that we'll take cooling here into this. And you are outputting this. So we're not outputting any of the 100-degree thing, which is probably good. Not there. But we're gonna want to get something from here. Like so. That then is not really needed. Let's see what we can make out of this, maybe. I have a sneaking suspicion we're gonna need more. And you are outputting something that needs to go here. Hopefully we can get through here. With this. And that would put this not there, but here. Let's see if we can get this to fit together. That goes there. Okay, we can, but it's barely. I was lucky. That was really lucky. That comes there. This will go here. And here. Okay, nice. I'm pretty content with that. That also fit together really well. And we're gonna need to jump here as well. this now makes 13.4k. That's 4. That's not actually enough. Then ideally we want another 4. I mean, ideally we want this, I think. And then we can take the hypercooling. We can take the hypercooling here. There's actually no reason that we don't just do this instead of this. And then we go further down here and just go in here. So that's gonna connect there. All of that good stuff. And that connects there. Connect, connect, connect. This is the ion stream. That's gonna need to go here. Just take it here, I think. Doesn't matter a huge deal. In my opinion. I think we can finalize that as well. Okay. So we have 6 of these. And that's gonna be able to produce 20k. 4, 14, and then 18. Oh, that's a lot of cooling. So this quark data is what we're gonna need to get in here. And that needs a splitter. We are gonna prioritize going further here. And we're not gonna go here, apparently. And just go all the way up here. And this also outputs junk data cards. Junk data card. Which is here, I think. So junk data card goes in there. Quark data will just go here. Like so. We can remove that. This bad boy is entanglement data. Which needs a similar thing to this. And this also produces a junk data card. Which I'm just gonna put there. And then this is same, but different. This guy, however, does not need to go into a warehouse. So we're just dragging this here. And you need to go here, technically. So you'll just go straight into there. Okay. This is starting to fit together pretty well. I'm gonna open this. Lithium is already done. This needs blank data cards, which we have here. You really just need it to go here, ideally. So you're gonna need 400. It's not much. It really ain't. So can I find my splitter, please? I'm just gonna grab this and go further down here. Splitter, no output priority. You go in there. This guy also only blank data cards. In there. Perfect. I mean, so far so good. Like, genuinely. now I concluded here that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. Which is 0.76 of a belt. Which is not good. Sand is gonna be a problem here. So I think what we do here is we take sand, which is here. We'll drag it down here. And here. Like so. No one has this stop. I think we have sand here somewhere. Probably here. So you need sand. Empty cargo. You go downstairs. You go depot. That should fix that. And then you need a material testing pack. Which is probably the easiest is this. This is by far the lowest effort I can probably make to make this come together. You're not gonna need a lot of these either. So we're just gonna send them here. Like so. And I'm just gonna drag that. Like so. And then we need another splitter. Here. And we'll drag that in there. This needs to be lithium. This here needs to be lithium. So we're gonna have to find lithium, which is here, I think. And then rare metals. Also need to go here. And that needs to go in here. To that. So that's lithium rare metals is done. I think that might be it. And then we need to fit the other things together here, yeah? Is it only this thing here? that has contaminated scrap as an output. It is. Okay, nice. So I can do junk data card here and we save one splitter. And junk data card would go here. And then that goes in there. This only needs to go here. With an output priority on left. I guess we do it here instead. What else? These are going to be the solenoids. So this would be whatever we find first. Just going to be the energy science 1, I think. Or 2, sorry. So that's going to go in here. And it's going to go all the way straight through here. Insight and this here we can combine to one belt. Oh no, I did it incorrectly. This we can combine to one belt. Which then will go in here. And then we take the solenoid, which should be here. I think we just drag this. Okay, that sucks. We'll do that. And we'll get that in there. And then the solenoid will just go all the way here. So for some reason, we don't have solenoid here. I think it's probably paused here somewhere. Unless we didn't even send it. It might be... No. Interesting. Are we sure about that? Let's say this is 714. That's at least 25k. Okay, I guess we didn't have a train for this yet. Fair enough. Well, it looks like we don't have a train for that yet. So we'll put this here. You are going to go here. Full cargo. Then you're going to go upstairs, depot, circuit condition. Do your thing. Do your thing. Do we have everything else here? Oh, we don't have blank data cards. We don't have energy insight. We don't have significant data. So no, we don't have everything. We also don't have trains for science for either of these. So we're gonna have to send 2 trains up. This will be Science Pack 1. You go upstairs, you go depot, you go circuit condition. This will be Science Pack number 2. Upstairs, depot, circuit condition. Go. You are loading up your solenoid. You still need the lithium because you haven't done anything. Yeah, we are lacking a ton of belt here. And it's being made. It's being made very quickly. Let's do 200, 100, 200 for these. That would be really good. And we do have small electric motors here. So they are being brought by train, which is great. probably make sure that this is getting some speed modules as well. Okay. It is the motors that you have run out of, and they are kind of on the way. Kind of on the way. We do have the crystals up here. I thought so. So 5 minutes until the coronal mass thing. So you are going here, full cargo. You are going here, full cargo. And then you are going there, empty cargo. I don't think you have got a full cargo in you. And then you go to the requester, empty cargo. Then we have the solenoid. You go here, empty cargo. Then you go downstairs and you go depot. So you're just gonna straight up go all the way here. How are we doing with insight? We are not doing, is what we are doing. How are we doing with the catalog anyway? You have 9K. I'm just gonna fucking send you. We have received 0 and 0 and 0 and 0 of everything, basically. You have 5.3K though. This here needs to be remade in the significantly better style of this. We're still lacking a ton of modules. How are we doing on modules on Novice anyway? Not super well. We have 11 coming and we need 260. Well, the biggest problem right now is iridium. We did get a delivery a while ago, but our iridium mine here is, or iridite mine here is not doing really well. It is not doing really well. What? Just gonna get a couple of these out here. We really need to tap this one soon. If we want any of this to start working anytime soon, we need to get that going. We have the insight flowing, which is really, really nice. Okay, so the thing has arrived here. And so far, we are doing okay. The biggest problem is if the game trolls me and sends a bunch of meteors. Because at that point, we'd be struggling. But this should level out at around 1 gigawatt, I think, if I read that correctly. Or if I remember what I read. And that should be completely fine. So it should level out here now. Which it does. We're probably going to have nighttime soon. But that was the worst of it, so it should be leveling out now. No, it might not even become night before this is done. Which would be amazing. This should be satisfied as well. And I wanted to take a look at cargo rocket sections because I was recycling a couple of them. We ended up with a lot of them here. We still have 5k. So that's something. So insight. And significant data. $400 of significant data is practically nothing. What I can do is empty our storage of this and put it in here, which I will. So that's the only reasonable thing to do with it. And that would go into this one, yeah? No, that's energy insight. So it would go into this one. And we have 9,620 on the way. It's gonna be good. Yeah, you have gotten your thing. And the important thing is going to be that this gets insight and stuff soon. It looks like everyone is getting capped on the cards, though. This is definitely capped, and you still have 17k to go. You went a while ago. $7.9. You're doing a decent job at building insight for me. You are doing a very decent job. I'm gonna send you to build significant data. Because why not? You're able to eat a little bit more than a transport belt. So you're not gonna be making too much. Because it's gonna be half a belt. I don't know why I did this. Whatever, dude. So let's say we get 185 per minute from this. Not a lot. But we're also getting a bunch of blank data cards. So there is that. Okay, I'm gonna take a small break here and wait for this to accumulate so that we can actually do our first energy science packs 3. So I want to get that done today. So be right back. Okay, so some time has passed. We have built up a little bit of catalog here. And we are about to get our first energy science pack number 3 here. Between episodes, I did add a little bit of the cooling that we were that was unfinished. So I did add a pump here. Otherwise, this is going to be too long, and this just takes the -10 degree cold thermal fluid and puts it into this cooling system here. And same with this here. We just want the 25 degree thermal fluid to go in here and get cooled. I think that's about it. I also did add this Ondraket for Iridite. We should have a little bit more coming in here. This is important for our modules and a lot of other things, so hopefully that's gonna spring some new life into that production chain. Oh, that was good timing as well, because now we're out of the cables for our space elevators. I'm assuming... No, that's actually holmium cable. Really? Really? We're out of holmium? We're not out of holmium. We're out of cryonite. We do have pretty long gaps in cryonite production. I'm wondering if that's a processing problem. Should only take 10 minutes-ish to fill this. That didn't look like a 10-minute gap, though. Oh, right. Somehow, we've made this the incorrect direction. This is granite powder. We do have some here. Could probably add this. So that we can get that, but it didn't. 12 minutes ago. Okay, it is a 10-minute gap. I see. So this is the amount that we can get with this kind of processing. And cryonite rods here. Does accept another shipment. Interestingly enough. Okay, so what can we do with Energy Science 3? We're gonna get Quantum Processor, and we're gonna get Supercomputer 2. Then we're gonna get the Universal Simulation. And Research Lab Speed. That sounds pretty good to me. We've got 120 coming. We do have a lot of these coming. Hopefully, that's gonna be what we need here. And hopefully we're not gonna need more than that. We are struggling a little bit with thermal fluid right now on this left side here. There's barely any there. And we're struggling to pump it out of this. Okay, you are doing your thing. Well, that doesn't help, does it? We are definitely struggling with power here. So let's see if we can remedy that. Speaking of, we don't have many solar panels to recycle here. I didn't think power was this bad. It has not been that bad either. This is new. Since we expanded mining, probably. That would make sense. That would indeed make sense. Hopefully that's gonna do its thing. What are we lacking to finish this off? Are we lacking something? Biological science. Think so, yeah. Looks like it. Yeah. Biological science, incidentally, is probably going to be the next thing we do. Yeah. It's the thing that gives us the most bang for the buck right now. Mostly in terms of better research productivity, I'll be honest. And mining productivity. This would be really good to get, and then we can get one more if we do Biological Science 3. It's definitely gonna help. But yeah, that's Energy Science pack number 3. And it has taken us a whole fucking lot of time. Almost 50 hours between Biological Science Pack 2 and Energy Science Pack 3. Obviously, we've been doing a bunch of side quests and rebuilt this to be train-based, and we have made a lot of really solid progress, but it has taken a lot of time. I am thinking that Biological Science 3 is not going to take that much time, but if we look back at making biological science in general, biomass is annoying. Like, really fucking annoying. Same with nutrient gel. Like, anything that needs biosludge. We were definitely struggling kind of hard with acquiring biosludge until we did this. Which helped a lot. And I'm just wondering a little bit what and how we're gonna do this. But the plan is we'll be doing biological science here. So for this one here, we could do biological insight, for example, on this. And that also means that we need somewhere to provide biological insight, which is going to be here. And once we have biological insight, we can wrap this over and do biochemical simulation. And this is a... How much is this exactly? It's not 10%. Can I build it somewhere close so I can see? It's not 10%. It's a little bit more than 10% of the insight that we put in. That turns into significant data. And this should be more efficient. I just want to see how much. I'm getting really distracted again. But yeah, okay. If we can get this to be slightly more efficient, and I'm even considering, should we do biological science 1, astronomical science 1, and material science 1 just to be able to do universal simulation? So this is a little more than 10% of the insight turns into a thing. This is looking like slightly more than 15%. I think it's 16, 17%. So way more efficient. Let me calculate this for just a second. So this is 1,858 and 16,700. So this is 11% of the insight that we turn into this is going to become significant data. Now, the rest is going to become blank data cards. But all the resources that we're putting in to make this fucking insight are it's fucking terrible. It's absolutely fucking terrible. We're about to be out of this as well. But so 16% or so, almost 17%. The step after that, we're looking at 360 times 3, that's 1080. So 240 through 1080 is 22%. And then if that follows the same trend, we're going to look at something between 25 and say 30%. For this one. So this is 36 and we get 8. Yeah, which is 22%. And this is this is 36, but we get 10. So that's 27, almost 28%. And the real gain is doing broad. Because you get so much more. Like, this is where we really would shine if we could do this. And then the last one would be 32 for one of each catalog. Which obviously, like, these are way more complex or uses more expensive resources, but all in all, the resources that we use are so much better used like this. Yeah. We are not making a lot of catalog 2, I think. I'd be surprised. There's a little bit here, but it's not a lot. And we are lacking force field data, which is lacking polarization data, which is lacking, which is struggling. Oh well. That sucks. Well, at least we found that problem as well. And that's going to help us with our thermal fluid, because that's a very scarce resource right now. So that's 7.8k. We do have some science packs here. No, we don't have fuck all science packs here. Really? And we don't have fuck all there either. Okay, that's interesting to me. Okay, I mean, you haven't done any because you haven't received any significant data. Okay. Gee, that's gonna be a long fucking process to get this to be somewhat stable. And this has mega run out of uranium as well. I'm assuming that we just don't have any uranium ore. Yeah, that looks about right. That looks about right. Huh, okay. So uranium ore is also a problem right now. There's no realistic options for uranium ore here either. What would our uranium... What would our uranium spot be? This is a main uranium area. So is this. The distance is far, though. Problem with this place is the radius. Clearing 8,000 from biters, not gonna fucking happen. We do have uranium here. Okay, we didn't actually discover that yet. This should have some uranium. We didn't find any. Ogun should have some uranium as well, but we didn't find any. Draket used to have uranium, but it doesn't anymore. That's such a small amount. And there are biters on every... This one we could also probably clear very easily. I am very tempted by this one. It's waterless. Solar is very bad on it. Like, this would be the obvious choice, right? This would be the obvious choice. Solar is slightly better. Uranium is the main resource. The reason why I want uranium as a main source is we can then do core mining for this. And it would yield us 8 uranium ore. And it would yield us some stone and some core fragments. That is very, very tempting. The other option we have... I don't know if we have any uranium. Not really. There's a little bit of ore down here, but I mean... We have explored a pretty significant part of Novice right now. This is me fully zoomed out. And there is no significant amount of uranium anywhere. So going to try and get more uranium is not going to end well. The other option is try to expand this. We have right now 4.3k. We have 9. So if we build 7 more, we would be getting a little bit more, right? 4.3 split on 3 would be 1433. So we'd get 5.7 instead per minute. Just slightly more than this. This is 12. Let's see what 8 does. We'd be looking at this. A little bit less than this. That's 137 uranium ore per minute. It's 30% more uranium, but 30% of 100 is barely anything. That sounds stupid as fuck. That sounds stupid as fuck to me. Short term, this is definitely our best case. It's waterless, which sucks. I'm gonna scan it. If we can find a really significant uranium patch here, I'd be up for it. We can annihilate these biters on this small surface from a distance. Problem is we probably cannot do core mining here with that solar level. So this is 960. It's about twice the size of Dracat, which is not a big planet. It's maybe this. I'm getting really stuck on this now. 1.6 million, 1.6, 1.8. We could definitely do 9 core miners here easily for uranium. Ideally, I want to find a patch that's both big and saturated. Can I please? Like this one is good. And then we have another 3 million there. Sending rockets to and from here is probably not. Yeah, so we're about halfway through the size. If we can find another uranium spot somewhere here, close to this would be really fucking cool. Doubt, though. There's some here. 2.4. 6.7. $10 million for 6. Now it's probably just worth annihilating the biters on this planet. To grab this. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's not enough to do 16, I think. But there's enough to do 9. Which would be... core. No, I don't want to produce that. Let's see. No. Delete. No, I don't. No. I don't want that. I want uranium. This. And uranium from core fragment processing. Okay. And if we assume that we do this, we could do 2,500 uranium per minute with this planet, probably. From core mining. That's not bad. That's not bad. And we could be relying on Like these 3 patches on the rocket silo, and then, I mean, these 2, I guess. That would be 12 million. That's 22, 26. Let's say 32 million. 32 million. The last... Yeah, okay. So that's more. That's almost 4 times what we have spent the whole playthrough so far. And that's before we would have to do core mining there. Okay, okay. I'm interested. I'm interested. I'm definitely interested. So I think that's what we'll do. Okay, we have fully scanned that planet, and I just want to look. Why the fuck? You are still struggling with holmium. You're probably still struggling with cryonite. How are you getting your cryonite? Exactly. You're getting it through here. I need to limit this. Please. I don't want to send it to space before we are saturated with our holmium. That's fucking stupid. Okay, anyway. I've been mega distracted for like 20 minutes now, so I'm gonna stop. That's gonna be the end of this episode. We have done a nice amount of science like 3 by now. So that seems to be rolling fairly well. If you like my content, consider subscribing to my channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching and have a really nice day.